it's his birthday. You gotta give him birthday punch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's everybody says. We're
Yeah.
gonna get into all that.
Have it. They're taking it to the hotel.
Okay, great. Thanks. Where was it?
Yeah, I think it was in the room.
Yeah.
Sunny Silver.
All right. Perfect.
All right, everybody. Happy holidays. Here in studio with me. We've been talking a lot of fighters lately. A couple weeks ago, we had Buster Douglas in here. We had Sugar Ray in here last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
we've been rolling. So now we got Lennox Lewis. My man, what's happening?
I'm good.
How are you, Brent?
Very good.
Good. So what's going on? You're doing something with Premier Boxing on Fox, right?
Absolutely. Doing some commentating for boxing, and talking about boxing, talking about something I know.
Yeah, of course. You do
Yeah.
know a lot about it. So you enjoying commentating?
Yeah. It's something that comes natural.
Okay, it does.
Yeah.
Commentating.
Yeah. When I used to sit around with my friends and watch boxing, they used to ask my opinion all the time. So, I give them my opinion, and they used always just say, yeah, you should commentate, man. The kind of information from this champ, it's better than the commentators because they've never stepped in the ring. So, I just started the career, and it's.
How long you been doing it now?
I started right after my boxing career,
Uh-huh.
and I was doing it for another station, and then I started. Then I stopped for a little bit, and now I started back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so does it come as natural as boxing did?
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, but yeah, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to boxing.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. That's
Yeah.
great. So now, couple of fights coming up this weekend. In fact, tomorrow, I think, right? There's tomorrow night the Jamel and wait a minute. How do you say the names?
Charlo. Yeah.
Jamel and Jamel Charlo
Yeah.
from Houston. They're fighting. They're the twins, y'all.
The twins are really good twins. It's the first time I've actually seen twins that are very good. Obviously there's heavyweight twins, but these guys are twins, and they're not in the same weight class, in different weight classes, and
Right.
they come to fight. They're serious competitors, and for anybody that loves boxing, wants to see a good fight, Barclays Center.
Barclays Center in Brooklyn, folks.
Yeah.
When you're analyzing boxing, Lennox, of course you were heavyweight. When you look at other weight classes, what's the difference in terms of information and the learning curve? Can you look at and analyze a middleweight bout the same way you would analyze a heavyweight bout?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although the middleweights actually throw a lot more punches, heavyweights, they're more, clumsy, move a little slower, throw lesser punches. But the punches that they do throw, if they touch you, they'll hurt you.
So Jamel Charlo, folks, takes on Matt Korobov,
Mm-hmm.
and then his twin brother Jamel takes on Tony Harrison. So they're both on that card.
They're both on their card, and they're both champions, and they're both good competitors, and both guys you need to watch.
Then there's a heavyweight fight then with Dominic and Carlos Negron. What do you think about them?
I think they're young heavyweights, and they're trying to make a mark in the heavyweight scene. And in order to do that, they need to be on TV. People need to see them and see how good they are, so they can get that kind of support.
Yeah,
And a lot of people be pleasantly surprised, and some people may not be.
Yeah. Did you grow up in London?
I grew up in London from the age of until the age of 12. Then I moved over to Canada to spend time with my mom, and that's actually where I started my boxing career.
When you moved to Canada?
Yeah.
So was it something about spending time with your mom that made you want to box? Did she have an influence on you?
To a certain degree, because she used to love Muhammad Ali, and she used to have like the first fight parties and invite everybody over. And
those are good old days.
we used to eat food and drink and whatever, and watch Muhammad Ali, and he was my hero. And if I didn't see the Muhammad Ali shuffle, I'd be upset. And it just climbed after that. And then when I first started in boxing, my first style was his style, like move around,
Yeah.
not get hit. flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yes, sir. You know, it's funny you talk about your mom too, because when Buster Douglas was here, he talked about his mother's impact
Yeah.
because she was into it,
Right.
and she went to see him before the Tyson fight. Didn't told him not to take the fight. She was worried. Then you know she learned he was cool, and then of course she passed away.
Mhm.
And you know he said his mom actually won that fight. So when you said you moved with your mom, and then he said his mom won that fight for him, her
Yeah.
spirit. So when you talk about moving with your mom and then taking up a boxing, what was that? What was that moment or that time when you knew that's what you really want to do? Because I mean, you big brother, you could have played any sport.
Yeah,
Did you
actually,
play? Did you play any other sport? by the
No,
way?
actually, I was playing a lot of different sports. I
Okay.
was playing basketball, football, every sport that was in my school. Soccer, volleyball, I was on the chess club, so I was active.
Okay.
And, I would actually leave one of my practices, whether it's football or basketball, and go to the boxing gym. And then from the boxing gym, go home.
Okay.
And, you know, my mom was kind of concerned me staying out, like not coming home after school so early and coming home late. She was kind of worried, what am I doing? What am I doing? Until she actually talked to the boxing coach, and the boxing coach, you know, talked to her, and she was, you know, she felt better.
Okay. So she felt bad about it after
Yeah.
that. So Muhammad Ali, obviously, was he the greatest influence on you?
I would say he was definitely. He would talk about boxing and say what he was going to do in the ring ahead of time, and I was waiting for that to happen. And you know, if he said he'd knock you out in 6, he would knock you out in 6.
Right.
Or you know, if he called, you know, if he said a poem or called somebody named or called somebody out, you know, it would catch attention.
Yeah. The recent fight, the Wild and Fury piece. So does anybody out here today remind you of yourself?
Not really. You know, to me, I'm a pugilist specialist. That means
That's right. You said that's your what you call yourself, a pugilist specialist.
Right. So you
A
know,
PhD in pugilism. Is that right?
that's right. That's right.
Is it a science?
It is a sweet science. It's a science. You know, they say move in the ring. Well, what kind of movement you gonna do? You have to move like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly's there and not there. He's always fluttering around.
Yeah. You have kids?
Yes, 4.
So are they boxing? Any of them?
My oldest boy is boxing.
Okay. And you good with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't really push it on him.
Okay.
It wasn't that. He kind of brought it on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when he was a little kid and I was walking with him on my shoulders, and somebody comes up to him like this, you know, and he was horrified at first, you know. He was like, yo, you know, what's going on? So he couldn't understand, and then he grew into it.
Why didn't you push it?
I didn't push it because I didn't really have to. He kind of brought it on himself. You know, he started watching me and started, you know, talking to his friends about me. And then I run this camp called Lennox Lewis League of Champions camp in Jamaica. And right now we're doing another one in Canada, all these different places, which he comes. And, you know, he's just becoming better and better at it.
Now, Jamaica, both your parents from Jamaica originally?
Both of my parents, yes.
Yeah. So I know you're a hero back home.
Yeah.
How often you get down there, man?
I actually have a house there.
Okay.
So I get back down every so often.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. In terms of your career, and obviously an incredible career, ladies and gentlemen, and if I'm not mistaken, you're the last to hold the unified belts, right?
Right, last undisputed champion.
Okay. So how long has that been? When was the last time?
It's almost 10 years now.
Wow. I wonder if that's also the longest time
Longest reigning?
historically.
I don't even know, but on my website, there's a clock that's ticking. And it's gonna be ticking. It's gonna be ticking until there's another one.
Until there's another one.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about, you know, what was one of the most memorable moments you had in the ring, good or bad?
Oh, okay. I'll tell you the bad first. Losing in South Africa. You know, Muhammad Ali boxed all around the world, and, you know, obviously I wanted to emulate him. And he boxed in Africa. I said, yo, I want to box in Africa. So, you know, obviously everybody's seen Muhammad Ali's story and, you know, how he went to Africa and beat and won over there and was successful. So when I went over there, I wanted to obviously be successful as well, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. I lost over there. Hasim Rockman beat me. He threw a great punch, which my chin happened to be in the way of. But I told him that I was, right now he's got my titles on loan, and I'm gonna get them back. And I came back and I got them back, and actually knocked him out a round before he knocked me out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the greatest victory, one of the greatest victories, and one of the greatest losses.
At the same time, when that loss happened, what does that do to you as a fighter? Was that sort of a wake up call? Did that challenge you even further?
At that time, the flame that I had was dwindling. And that really reignited my flame.
Okay.
And
motivated you.
Yeah, I realized that this is something I can do again. I know how to do it, so I can do it again. So, just like how other boxers have come back and won again, because they know the mistake they made. I knew the mistake I made straight away.
Yeah.
And I got back in there, beat the guy.
And I mean, that's one of the things obviously that made Muhammad Ali great 3 times. You won 3 times, right?
And it's funny, because when I lost the first time, everybody was coming up to me and saying, was apologetic and saying, well, what are you going to do now? I'm like, what am I going to do now? What are you talking about? Muhammad Ali lost 3 times. This is only like my first or second loss. I can do it again.
Yeah. Well, and that's what makes you great.
Yeah.
Losing
Actually,
and then coming back and getting it back.
And then as I get older, I realize, if I didn't have that loss, I wouldn't be as great as I am today. Because, it really just tests you. It tests you in the sense that, when people say that you can't do it, and mentally you can do it, for me, I wanted to prove everybody wrong. So that's what I did.
Beyond the physical training, what else did you do to mentally or spiritually prepare for a fight, usually?
It's funny because I'm one of these boxers that like karate movies.
Really?
So, yeah, so,
You ever do karate?
Well, I like the martial arts.
Okay.
So, obviously I love different stars like Bruce Lee and, Chuck Norris, but Bruce Lee was the man. And, you learn different things from all these different sports or all these different disciplines, which you bring over into boxing and bring into the ring. Like, for Bruce Lee, he taught Muhammad Ali to hold behind the back of the neck. And when somebody tries to punch you, pull him close to him. It's hard to punch a guy if you're so close to him. So different people I learn different things from and bring them back in the ring.
Yeah, I noticed you grabbed back in my neck a little bit that time. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. So you talk a lot about Ali, but were there other fighters that you studied coming along?
Yeah, Foreman. I studied Foreman. I call him the Big Bear because he's close to you and he throws you back and he blocks your punches and he throws you back, and I learned that off of him. Watching the old time fighters, Jersey Joe Walcott, I learned something off of him too. Sugar Ray Leonard, learned something off of him. So I brought all those something from all these great fighters and I put them into myself.
Any regrets or missed opportunities?
Never. I don't cry over spilt milk.
But you almost got into it with Riddick recently. You mad at him, right?
No, I wasn't mad at him. I was just telling him he couldn't stand beside me.
The press made it seem like you kind of feel some type of way.
No, I was smiling the whole time.
Okay,
it doesn't make sense for me and him to fight. Let him pay for it.
All right, folks. So, premier boxing champion fights on Fox. The great Lennox Lewis is going to be there. So I have a confession to make. You see, I have my locks and I wear them often in a bun, most of the time in a bun. You inspired me to do that, man.
Oh, good.
I thought that was so you would put your locks up in a bun and fight. I started doing.
You know what? I had to actually sew them in. I had to sew them in because in boxing, if your hair comes out, the referee can disqualify you.
Sew them.
Yeah.
So how did you?
Yeah, sew it into one, and make sure that they never came out in a fight. Although a couple of them tried to pull my hair. When it's in a bun like that, they try and pull your hair and pull it loose. So if it's loose, all of a sudden they don't want to delay in the fight. So the referee just disqualify you.
Wow. Did that ever happen? Did you ever get disqualified because of the hair?
No, I made sure.
It made you mad when they messed with your hair, though, didn't it?
Oh yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
You know, my dad boxed in the military, but he used to always tell me the story about Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, Sugar Ray Robinson used to wear the old conch.
Yeah.
And people would make fun of him. And fighters would mess with his hair, mess it up. Like the fight might be toe to toe, and then when you mess with his hair, he'd whip you. That's when you knew you was about to lose.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Touch that conch, and it was gone. But no, I started wearing my hair like that. So now, just so you know, Jerry Coon is here, Sirius XM. I know you know him.
Yeah.
We're thinking about getting in the ring and doing some type of charity thing. I've challenged him. I think I can knock him out. I asked Buster. Buster said he was there. It's on the record. We got it on tape. He's afraid of me. He says I intimidate him.
Oh.
Sugar Ray was here, and he was talking, hey, I can whip you. But then he was like, you know, I don't know. He thought about it. He said he's going to back down off of it. And I saw you grab it back. So what do you think you could handle me?
Well, I mean, you're going to have to gain some weight and some size. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be fair.
Why not?
You know, I try and stay in my weight class.
Our reach ain't that much different. Lennox Lewis, y'all. So, folks, premier boxing champion fights on box. It's going to be at the Barclays Center on tomorrow. So that's a big day. You like being here in New York?
Yeah, I like being here. It's kind of wet right now, but other than that, the Christmas spirit is here. Everybody's shopping.
You all do Christmas big in your family?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do for Christmas?
What am I going to do? I'm going to eat.
Really?
Yeah, man.
You miss fighting?
I'm still fighting. The other day I was fighting over a parking space.
Did the person know it was you?
No, it was actually a lady. I let her have it. She won.
What were you fighting then?
She won.
You all disagreed and then she ended up winning.
Yeah.
And she still don't know who you are.
No.
Still messing with people, huh?
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis, is good to meet you, man, and
great
proud of you, brother. Always admire you, man, and again, one of the great fighters, and to date, the last two have held the unified title, y'all. So you can catch him tomorrow on Fox. What time is the fight tomorrow? Does anybody know?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock p.m. Thank you. I have it on my sheet. So tomorrow night, here from the Barclays Center. That's a big deal. I need to try to pass on through there myself.
Listen, everybody needs to pass over there because you know you're gonna see some great fighting, great boxing, and it's gonna be a night to remember.
You gonna keep this up? You think you want to continue to do analyzing and
Absolutely.
Beyond that, what else do you see yourself doing?
What else do I see myself doing? That's a good one.
He was about to spit in here, y'all. He's got a little, you trying to do that or what?
No,
Make career? No.
Oh yeah, spit. I'm lousy at this. I'm lousy.
He's actually leaving here, going next door to Rock the Bells Radio. So I'm saying you must be going over there for a reason.
Yeah.
You gonna do something over there?
No.
No desire to do that.
No. I mean, the problem is, you know, I do it in a Jamaican style, and you know, I need Jamaican music to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can spit in Jamaican.
A little bit.
A little bit. Acting.
You
thought about that?
I'm playing the greatest role right now.
The still undisputed.
You got it, baby.
But you're not playing. That's not acting. That's real.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought about that? You ever thought about?
Yeah. No, I've done a couple.
You gonna do some more of that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lennox Lewis,
right.
folks, at PBC on Fox on Twitter. Found out all the details, and you'll be doing more fights.
Oh yeah, more fights
as time goes on, and next
PBC.
year, and premier boxing champions on Fox. Thank you, brother.
Thanks
Good to
for
see you,
having
man.
me.
All right, we'll get in the ring with you. We'll work it out. This is MIP. Merry Christmas, everybody.